That's just me flexing on camera. So you're interested in trying Acro Yoga, but you have no idea where to start. You might have seen these people on Instagram and on YouTube just twirling their partners round and round, and you want to give it a try yourself. I like your spunk. Or you're just looking for something fun to try as a couple or with a friend, and you just don't really know where to start. Me and my girlfriend tried it out with absolutely no experience before then. And we're gonna tell you exactly what we did, what resources we used, and what we wished we knew before we got started. Well, let's go. Welcome to my channel where I take on different challenges and adventures. I tell you my personal thoughts and experiences, and hopefully that encourages you to do adventures yourself. Now, if that seems like your cup of tea, maybe consider liking and subscribing. It'd be great to have you on board, but let's get into Acro Yoga. Just as a disclaimer, we are not experts, but we are beginners that went through the process on how to learn Acro Yoga just to get started. We had lots of fun, a lot of success, but now we're giving the knowledge that we wish we knew when we get started. That's right, if we had the ability to time travel, we would use it to go back in time and to tell us how to do Acro Yoga successfully. And there's nothing else we would use for it. We have made that decision. You cannot change our mind. To start, what are you gonna need for Acro Yoga? First, you need to know the difference between Acro Yoga and partner yoga. Acro Yoga is usually when there's someone at the bottom, known as a base, and then a flyer in which the base, whoop, raises you up and bloop, boop, 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 twirls them or holds them on positions, usually holding them up. Partner yoga is more like poses or positions that you guys can do that involves more of the other person, but not necessarily the acrobatic part of it. That's right, Acro Yoga is basically the combination of the nice and relaxed yoga with the acrobatic style. Perfect match, makes perfect sense. The next step is you're gonna go look in the description, and there are videos in order that you're gonna want to watch. These are the videos that we used in order to learn what positions we wanna do and how to do them. Later on, I'm gonna tell you what poses were the easiest, what are some small tips and tricks as a beginner, because the problem with these videos is they usually have a really strong base, as in someone who has a lot of experience, but I'm assuming you're gonna do it with two people who have absolutely no experience. We watched these videos in reverse order than what you watch down there, and we definitely wish we watched it or did the positions the other way around. While watching them on YouTube, just screen record them and you'll be able to bring them wherever you'd like. Next, you're gonna need a lovely volunteer, or just a normal volunteer. It could be anywhere. You're gonna need someone else. It's a two-person thing. You're gonna need someone else. It can be boyfriend, girlfriend, best friend, acquaintance, someone you kind of know, someone you just met, someone that you know who they are but you don't really talk to, someone you haven't seen in 20 years and you want to reconnect. Doesn't matter, you just need someone else. Next is you need tight-fitting clothing. Or you can just tuck it in, honestly. You just need something where it's not slip, slip and slide material, or you can show how beefy and strong you are by just only using skin. There's a lot of people so comfortable and will just go outside and just, but if you're one of those, I respect that. If you're not, I respect that. If you're in the middle, pick a side. When you're doing these certain positions, there's a lot of balance that you're gonna need, and slipping off the clothes, not a good idea. The most important thing that you're gonna need is either like a yoga mat that you can roll up, a pillow, or just something that you can put under your lower back. If you got tight hammies, ooh, so tight. Best way to help is to just put something under your lower back, and that'll help with the flexibility. And where you're gonna wanna do this is find a hill. It doesn't have to be a super steep like ski hill or something, just enough where you can use the incline in order to help with your advantage. When we did this the second time, we used a hill, and that just saved so much issue. So you watched the videos, you screen recorded them, you found an unwilling subject of someone you haven't met for 20 years and you want to reconnect and you think this is the best way to do it. You have the tight-fitting clothing and you found a place that has a hill. Now you are ready to start. Here are the steps we recommend you take, our experience on doing it, and what you should expect as a beginner. So congratulations, you get to watch our embarrassing but yet very fun videos. First thing, you want to warm up. You're gonna use some strength and you're gonna use some flexibility, and you're gonna overcompensate depending on if you're a guy or a girl. A guy overcompensating, what? It's a physical activity. Go for a walk, go bird watching, go people watching, go watch paint dry. Then don't do anything I said because those are bad examples, and just do a nice warm up. Now, you should have watched the videos. The order that you want to do this in is in the order that I put it in the description. These are from what we found as the easiest to most difficult, the ones you're gonna have the most higher success rate, and the ones where you're gonna be able to build that trust, where you're gonna be able to build that understanding of balance in the best way. The first thing you're gonna wanna start is with PsycheTruth. I feel it, truth. Feel it. These are more of those social media, Instagram poses and challenges, but they have much more success rate, and it also builds trust. The hardest thing is to build the trust when you're balancing. You have someone on the ground and they're supposed to do all the work, and the other person is just supposed to trust and hold the position that they're supposed to do, and you just don't want to. You fidget, you have a mini freak out, and the bottom freaks out, and then you freak out, and it doesn't work. This one, you're gonna have lots of fun. I believe in you. Look how much fun we're having. Come on, that could be you. In the video, you can just follow the order that the poses are in. We were very successful getting them first or second try. There is one in which you're gonna try to do a handstand on the feet of the person. That was the one we did not get. So I would recommend, you can try it. If you have someone who can handstand, or you just, that core strength, you know, a gymnastics background, or just, I don't know, a street handstand vigilante, I don't know. Whatever experience you have, you can try it. We were not successful. We tried it though. I would recommend just recording yourself so you can see how it looks. You can have these great memories of you two having fun, and you can realize who did what, and you can put the blame on the right person. Once you've completed all those challenges, now you're gonna try the Koya Webb video that I've seen down below, but you're not gonna do it in the exact order. There's a pose called whale. At one point in the video, it's when you're holding them back and just, I call it the Spider-Man from Spider-Man 2, when they're just carrying the body across. Whale, Spider-Man, your choice. But when you do the sacrificial one, we found that one was actually the easiest and the best one to be able to build that balance, knowing where you need to put your feet in order to hold the person up. That one we were most successful, and it helped a lot more to help with all the other ones. It also builds up to a very super scary transfer where you go from whale and then you pick them up into a sexy leg. Ooh, hello. And then you put them in a throne where they're sitting on top of your feet. Super scary transfer, but it's really fun. Then you can follow the rest of the video. The first pose was actually the one that we didn't get until we did a second try, which a hill to be able to help. Another reason why the hill helps very much, because as a guy, you're gonna overcompensate with the Acro Yoga, not for other things, until you get the balance and things like that. So using it helps be able to get that point instead of having to do this huge leg press from the ground. Oof, got a workout in. So now I got tree trunks for legs. They call me T-Rex yoga. Now the last one you're gonna follow is the Love Yoga Anatomy. This one I thought was gonna be the most straightforward. However, the base was very, very comfortable. And with them lifting new people, we thought that this would actually be the easiest. The first one, where they lift them up into that bird pose, after you do the back one, that's gonna make a lot more sense, especially if you've done the lean over one. And the one that we were not successful because it just didn't understand and help is the throne. So there's gonna be a point where they're gonna try to sit on your feet and you're looking forward and forward. That one, we almost fell on top of each other in like an unsafe way too many times. If you feel comfortable, great, go for it. If not, that one's okay to skip. As a quick recap, the first video, you're gonna have the most success and you're gonna be able to build that trust. The second video, start with whale, the one where you're backwards, and you're gonna be able to build that balance very easily. Now the third one, you should be able to have all the pieces that you need in order to try that one. A couple of tips and tricks we wish we knew. Switch between base and flyer, try it out, see what happens. I had a little bit more balance, so there were some things that I was better at when I had to balance, but then my girlfriend has very, very strong legs. Like, good for her, she works really hard. And there were things that she was way more successful in. Also, we had a difference in height, so there were actually some things that was easier for her to lift me up and for me to get into position than the other way around. Make sure you're both comfortable in order to try something. Look, it's a two-person thing. We're super into consensual stuff, so just make sure that you guys are both comfortable. There is a potential danger. You can fall. You are being lifted above them. So you both need to be comfortable, you both need to communicate, and you both need to make sure you are having fun. That is the main thing. At the first, we struggled, and as long as you're having fun and you are enjoying it, that is what's important. Or just take a break, try a different pose, move on to something else, and come back. This is supposed to enhance your connection. We had so much fun. We built trust between each other. We've definitely felt more connected. We were just, it was a nice bonding experience, and that's what it should be. Some of the pros and cons about acro yoga. Like I said, it's a higher potential for injury. If you're both comfortable and you're both safe and you're both willing to have fun and communicate, The fact that we failed so often helped us learn how to fall, making sure that we are safe. Next is you're also going to need a partner. This is a two-person thing. You need two people to tango. You could use a life-size doll, but that just doesn't work the same, and people are gonna look at you a lot differently. You do need a little bit of strength, and you do need a little bit of flexibility. Not a lot. You don't need to be a gymnast, be able to do the splits and just jump and or do whatever you need to do. Especially as you're learning, the more strength you have or the more flexibility you have, the easier this is going to be. You don't need as much, especially if you have a hill, especially if something in your lower back, but it helps. And the pros, it is free. First of all, you just need the videos, you just need the space, and it's free. It's fun, it's funny. You have such a nice, fun bonding experience with whoever you're doing this with, especially when you're holding them up and you staring at right into their eyes, and then you know you're about to drop or you know you're about to fall, and just you get to see their freak out face. It's funny and it's fun, and you get to definitely bond. This works with any combination of a group, guy, girl, girl, guy, Lady Gaga, like whatever works. If someone's stronger, they can use a little bit more strength. If someone's a little bit more flexible, you can use that flexibility. Either way, it works. And for these videos, the learning curve is a lot smaller than as expected if you do it in that order. Once we tried this twice, so we have about a 90% success rate in all the things. Does it look pretty? No. Are we gonna win any awards? No. Now we can improve on them, and we're already ready to start with a little bit more difficult things. Some of my final thoughts that are in my brain, and I'm going to speak them out loud to you. The videos were helpful, but there were so many of them that say that we're beginner, but they put on these really advanced intermediates like they're trying to do a flex. Flexibility, flex, that's funny. And they never did it in order that was from easiest to most difficult, so we had to rearrange them in a weird way. It was definitely a fun bonding experience. It's great if you just have a little bit of time, you just want to go outside, you want to do something different and something fun. It definitely enhances the connection, and we just had so much fun. If you're nervous about the flexibility and the strength, but you still want to have that partner connection, the last video that was linked is partner yoga. That's just an example in which you can do a yoga sequence to increase your flexibility, but in order to get a closer bond with your partner or couple or friend or stranger person, that now you're like really close. If you're looking to get your own yoga mat, a giant yoga mat, ooh, fancy, or yoga pants, there's just links in the description. You can go ahead and grab some for yourself. There's also links to Airbnb and Groupon to save you money if you're looking for an adventure. That's my experience. What do you think? Did you try it? Are you going to try it? What learning tips and tricks that you wish you knew? Please leave them down in the description to help out anyone who's trying to watch this, or even someone like myself who's not an expert. And the more tips and tricks that we can share to each other, the more that we can have lots of fun doing this, and the more success that we can have. Leave a comment, like, subscribe, all the fancy stuff. You can always hit me up on social media. That's going to pop up once I disappear, and I will see you at the next adventure.